it raw. I'm serving it raw. I'm serving it raw. It's wild. I'm serving it raw.
And the thing is, I'm so critical of because I do try to be accurate as possible, and I'm sure your experiences when you do it, like sometimes when the cameras turn on and the mic turns on, then you forget everything all of a sudden.
Yes, just had that with you earlier. Yep.
Right. You forget everything that you knew you was gonna say, all of the history you had, everything goes out the window, and so I'm critical on myself because I want to be accurate. Like that's what I'm trying to do on my part. Like I want to be accurate with something. I like to articulate certain points, and I just like my whole thing is like I lived that experience. It was fun making it. I don't want to go back because then if I go back and start watching them, I'll second guess myself even more when I'm filming them. Because then I'll be like, oh, I don't want to look like that, and I don't want to do this, and I want to say that, and then I'll be like, oh, overthinking everything. I'd rather just not overthink it. I go do my job. Now, don't get me wrong. I see all the clips because we're posting the clips, so I see that. Okay. But I'm not sitting there watching a whole episode of Drink Champs. The audience is often telling me what happened that I forgot. Like, yo, that shit was crazy when you did it. And I'm like, yeah, that shit was crazy. I'm like, I don't remember doing that shit.
Playing it off. Hey, I got you.
Yeah, so that's the reason why I don't watch it.
Okay. I can respect that. Not only have you been doing the Drink Champs, but you also had your film work with the Coming Home, the series, and and then I forgot to talk. I wanted to touch on your album that you actually dropped because
Another Time.
Yeah, right. Another Time. And that showed to me. I felt like that showed more. It showed a deeper, more reflective side of you. And so, what inspired like those projects, and what did you learn about yourself, and hip hop through the traveling and stuff?
Well, the album was always, I think DJs and especially mixtape DJs, you always aspire to put out like a legit like studio album. That's an aspiration I think of all DJs. And so I wanted to do one just like, you see the Dramas doing it, the Clues doing it, the Khaled's doing it. I never was in that space to do it. Like I never felt like I was ready to do it or do it the way I wanted to do it.
Got it.
So I had the opportunity to finally do it where I was in a perfect, time frame of my life and career where I felt like I could take it on, and I put together Another Time, which I think I ended up having 66 artists on that project.
Yeah, you had a lot on there.
But
they were all solid.
Everything was very specifically, and curated for this project, and so that's a huge, prideful project. Like I'm very proud of that project. I don't care if what it sold or what it didn't. Like, to me, like that project really truly represents me, represents my crew, it represents like everything I'm about when it comes to hip hop is represented in that project. And of course, I always look at it and be like, I could do something better, or I could have done something better on it. But for the most part, taking on a project like that, I'm really proud of that project. So that's what that was. It was totally independent. But it was just the right time for me to do it and tackle it. It took me a year to put it together, and what it is that everything that had led up to that point helped me make that project. Because without the help of artists, lending their voice to me, whether they donated their verses for free or charged me low rates, if for some that charged me that didn't really have a connection with me, like I didn't have a relationship with them, but for the ones that had a relationship, people were just jumping on the project because it was my project. Down to the producers involved, down to the artwork, which was Scam, down to my homie Kether from other podcast called Fatherhood's Podcast. He's a homie of mine who's worked in the industry. He helped produce the project with me, like executive produce it with me. Like that whole thing just was a blessing to create, and I'm very proud of it. So anybody who hasn't heard it, check it out. DJ EFN, Another Time, the album. I think it still stands up. If you've never heard it, I think it'll sound brand new to you, and it stands the test of time.
Yeah, it most definitely have. And thank you for that body of work.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, and hopefully one day I could do another project. Again, it's all about, I don't like to do shit just to do it. And I really care about the culture. And I really care about representing the culture, but representing myself, my crew, my city. Like I just want something to be well represented. So I plan on doing something else, but I got to be in the right space to do it, because I don't want to do it just to do it. Now, the Coming Home series, again, that was something that was a labor of love as well. and came out of when we had the housing crash in the early 2000s, and shit hit the fan for me like everybody else financially. Like I was like I had the marketing company that was going crazy, but then all of a sudden from one day to the next, the economy crashes. And it's funny because back then, you know, I was younger obviously, and when you're younger, you're not looking at, you know, all this economy talk on TV, on the news. You're like, you know, like, but that shit don't affect me. I'm the little guy in the totem pole. The economy's for big ass companies and for the city, township, you know, like, but looking back, that's what happened. The economy crashed. And the first thing that got affected was marketing, because these companies that were paying me to market stuff, the first thing they cut was their marketing budgets.
Gotcha.
So that was my bread and butter at the time. And because, you know, this is around the same time we're doing Military Crazy Raw Radio, that's not making money. You know, I got a studio that's where we're recording out of my studio. I got a studio overhead. I got, you know, projects I was doing, and all of a sudden my real, you know,